more incentive to kick a few goals this weekend?
Yeah. Hopefully, as a team, we can kick some, and individually, I'll be able to kick some well. It's $1,000 going to a very good cause.
Sorry, you
had much to do with the Stonewall Foundation before?
No, it's our community partner this week. So obviously, I said before, we're around the Royal Children's Hospital a fair bit, and so we'll be trying to raise as much cash as we can for Stephen Walters Foundation this weekend.
I guess it puts things in perspective after a pretty tough year coming here and doing some of this stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It always does. You sort of think it's so bad when you lose a game of footy, and you come here and see what some of the kids are going through and the families are going through, and it's good for the boys to get down here. It's good for us to get down here.
How's the mood of the club after a week off? Do you feel like you can almost start a new season after the trouble you had early in the year?
Yeah, definitely. I was just talking to big Cam Wood before about it's just a nice refresher over the 4 days. You can come back and look forward to the second half of the season. It's obviously been a tough season, but one where we're looking forward to the challenge going forward.
What can you get out of the second half of the season, given where you are?
We can just put some things in place for next year, really. We've got a few things we're trying to clean up on field and off field, and just to try and get them ready to go for the pre-season into next season.
Talk about next year. I think last time you spoke to media, you said you wanted to be at Carlton next season. Has anything changed there, or is there anything changed in contract negotiations?
I was waiting for that question. I thought it might have been the first one. No. It's look, as I've said the whole time, I need to play some good footy. There's a lot going on around the club at the moment, and let's just let that sort itself out, and then we'll go from there.
Do you think the second half is more significant given where the club's at as far as players, some playing for their careers? There's been talk of players leaving, players staying. Is it more important these last 10 or 11 weeks because of that?
I wouldn't say it's more important. I'd say it's important second half of the year for anyone, whether you're playing finals or whether you're not going to be playing finals. It's very important for everyone to play some good footy. So I wouldn't say it's more important for any individual. Everyone wants to go out there and play some good footy and be there for next year. So no, I don't think it's any more important than any other time.
Sorry to interrupt there. Just follow up with the contract. You said you wanted to play some footy, but you have played some footy now. I mean, when does it get to the stage that you really need to sit down and sort of work it through? Because I guess the longer it goes on, the more, nervous Blues fans might become. Yeah, look,
I played some footy. That's the key word there. I said I wanted to play some good, consistent footy, and I played 1 or 2 games back from the hammy. So look, there's no timeline on it. There's nothing like that. It's just there's a lot going on around the club. There's a lot going on with me to try and get my footy back to where it needs to be, and we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Would you like to know who the new coach is before you sign?
Well, that's definitely part of it. You obviously want to know where the club's going and in the direction of it. So definitely part of it, but it goes back to my footy again. I've got to play some good footy.
You're confident that it's not far away, though, especially after the break, that you can really feel the wheels starting to turn?
Yeah, definitely. Look, we saw some great improvements with the team against Adelaide, and you don't want to say anything about an honourable loss or anything like that, but we saw improvements, which is what we want to see. We want to just keep improving and get better, and whether that was just against Adelaide, it was just a flick of the switch or something like that, where it gets going. Let's hope it is, and it goes into Port Adelaide this weekend. Yeah, look, for myself as well, it's every individual wants to. I don't think anyone can really tick themselves a box this year individually that they've played well. So we haven't been good as a team, we haven't been good as individually. So, yeah, for myself as well.
Do you know anything about the injured players possibly coming back? I think Gibbs, Jamison, Thomas are all in the cast.
Yeah, so Gibbsy and Jamo have got a test tomorrow, I think, and Daisy I'm not too sure about. He's still got a little bit with his foot, so we'll wait and see with Daisy.
Just a fairly big omission from your last game. Does the loss of Chris Judd sort of accelerate, I guess, the learning or taking responsibility of the other senior players now? Yeah, it definitely does. Look, I've said it all along that what Juddy's left behind and what he's taught so many of our young boys is immeasurable. Really, you couldn't really measure it. But yeah, it gives young players an opportunity to stand up and show what they're really made of. So it's a big loss. He's a legend of the game and will be a legend of the game forever. But yeah, as you said, it's good for the young boys to be able to stand up and put their hand up and say, "This is what I can do."
Have you had a good look at Port yet? I mean, the feeling is that teams have been able to work them out at halfback.
I haven't had a good look at him yet. It's so early in the week, so that'll probably start tomorrow. We'll have a good look at them and get ready for them. So, look, it's another challenge for us, and let's hope we can have a good outing.
Just going back on your contract, so you're saying you'll sit down with the club later in the year just to discuss, kind of feel each other out, and I guess you'll ask them kind of where they see you moving forward and et cetera like that. Is that what you're saying?
You guys really want a timeline, don't you? All I'm saying is I need to play some good footy. There's a lot going on at the club, and you asked about the coach before. It's definitely part of it. But I need to play some good footy, consistent footy, and we'll sit down when we in the future.
Do you understand that? Part of that rebuilding process?
What was
Are you
that?
keen to be part of that rebuilding process?
Yeah, I am.
Do you understand, I guess, the perception from the outside? Because, I mean, I guess it goes with anyone, even like a Patrick Dangerfield. The longer the player's not signed, the more people think they might be going.
Perception can be seen both ways. So I'm more than happy that you can say the perception can be that I'm leaving because I'm waiting, but it's not always the truth.
Given where the club is at the moment, is the second half of the season more about as much about Carlton proving to you that they can improve next year and that you want to hang around?
Not really. I just want to see the improvement from every individual and the team. So it's not really about making me stay or anything like that. It's just you want to get better. You always want to get better. You always want to make the team get better and individually get better. So, yeah.
What do you make of the reports linking you to Geelong, especially as well? What do you make of that?
Not much. I don't read papers or watch any media. So, yeah, no reports really for me.